best match of the night, in my opinion, and I probably feel like a lot of people agree with me. The men's Iron Survivor match. Grayson Waller, Carmelo Hayes, J.D. McDonough, Axiom, and Joe Gacy. And starting this match, I'm like, I've seen Axiom before. I've seen him wrestle before. So I'm like, alright, this man probably has something to bring to the table. And he did. Like, starting the match, obviously, JD obviously did, a little cheeky move. And started out this match. And what's funny about it, because out of everybody on the list that was wrestling, JD didn't have a single pin. I'm like, damn, the match was fire. Don't get me wrong. Easily the best match of the night. Right in front of, the New Day becoming new NXT Tag Team champions. But JD did not get any pins. I'm like, God damn, bruh. Like, oh God, as soon as Carmelo Anthony, what did I say Carmelo Anthony? My bad. Carmelo Hayes, literally, Carmelo Hayes came up. This man immediately got one pinfall in a matter of 2 minutes of him coming in, maybe like a minute and a half, and I'm like, bruh, this is gonna be either a very quick match and a very fire-ass match, and after that, next you can count 2 and 2s. Then Joe Gacy had 2 falls, Hayes had 2 falls, Waller had 2 falls, and Axiom had 2 falls. I'm like, yo, this is easily the best match of the goddamn night. Like, everybody was going balls to the wall crazy. Like, as soon as Waller came in, bro literally pinned JD first, and then 5 seconds later he pinned Axiom, and then got two pins right there. I'm like, bruh, this match is getting better and better by the minute. Then after after Waller came in, then Joe Gacy came in immediately, and then got himself 2 pins immediately. I'm like, bruh, this is easily tops. This is easily way better than the women's Iron Survivor match, which it was. Literally, the women's Iron Survivor match doesn't compare anything to the men's Iron Survivor match. They put on a show. They literally put on a show. And this was better than the NXT Championship match. The main event! The men's Iron Survivor match was better than the main event. And that says something. I know sometimes the NXT main event, of any pay-per-view is either sometimes lackluster or it's good. But sometimes some of the middle card matches, the middle, the tag team title matches or the mid-card title matches, be better than the actual main events of the pay-per-view. Which was, I wouldn't say it's sad, but I'm just saying, the main event could have done a lot better. But overall, the Iron Survivor match was easily the best match on the card by far. And runner-up is the NXT Tag Team Championship match. Oh my God. I literally thought that Hayes was going to advance. And he didn't. I'm like, bruh. Ever since he lost the North American title, and he's now a former 2-time North American champion, he's been losing matches. I'm not gonna lie. He won his match to get into the Iron Survivor match, but overall, when it comes to big number 1 contenders matches, or he's put in title matches now, he loses a lot. I'm not saying the dude is not good. He's a great wrestler in NXT. I think he's right next to Ricochet. Him and Ricochet are right next to each other when it comes to athleticism. They both got it. And I feel like Carmelo Hayes is the next person to become NXT champion, and who knows, be called up to the main roster. I feel 100% he has that. But right now, he's just in a downward spiral that's he's gonna snap any minute. Probably gonna turn on Trick Williams, and then he's gonna go rogue for who knows how long. And then Waller, that idiot is just a dumbass show builder. I really don't like Waller at all. I think the last match I watched with Waller in it was him losing to Apollo Crews in a casket match. That's the last time I've seen Waller. So honestly, me personally, I honestly really feel like I didn't really want Waller to win, but he did win. He did get a pinfall out of nowhere, which I really didn't expect him to get the third pinfall and then run around the ring for the last 15 seconds and then literally run out the timer and then win. I didn't expect that. The ending, not the person that I wanted. The match, fire as hell though. My heart was either on either Joe Gacy or Axiom or Carmelo Hayes, but mostly my top pick was Carmelo Hayes by far, and he didn't win. So I don't know what's gonna go in his mind of Carmelo Hayes. I don't know if he's gonna say the same. I don't know if he's gonna go rogue. I don't know what's gonna happen. Joe Gacy, I know he's gonna be pissed as hell because Joe Gacy was doing his thing for a big dude himself. The athleticism was all the way there. Everything about Joe Gacy is crazy. Like people say when you big, people's like, oh, you can't be athletic, bruh. You see how fast this man runs, man, with a whole bunch of energy and the moves that this man picks for his size and how he is, bro. He's literally right now probably one of the best heels I've seen in a minute on NXT. And that's, bruh, and I'm saying a lot right now. Probably people's like, he's alright, bruh. If you look at his wrestling style and how he is during the ring and when he's cutting promos and when he's probably on NXT main event, not when I say NXT main event, WWE main event, kind of a little bit to call up for the main roster, even though he's not really there yet. Bro literally has really good athleticism. He does. His everything about him is really right there. And then Jason Waller, Jason Waller, Grayson Waller, showboater, always been a showboater, never really liked him. I'm glad he lost that title against Apollo Crews in that casket match. That match I didn't really, I really wanted him to go through a casket or through the floor or something. I didn't really just like him. Axiom, I've seen him a lot. He's a really good wrestler. I do gotta watch him more often because he literally reminds me of Reggie. He literally AKA Scripps. That's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of Reggie. And I feel like Reggie and Axiom together, they probably already wrestled. I'm not sure. People can probably let me know if they both did wrestle. But they're very similar to each other. So I can tell both of them can put on a show. But honestly, and then after that, JD just got bodied the entire match. Any person he was going against with, he got bodied. He got kicked to the face, dragged, turned inside out, went off the top rope, and then failed and got submission to so much times. And then also what made it funny, the disqualification, not disqualification, but the little box. I'm like, bruh, they were having tiny ass matches in that box, many tiny ass matches. I'm like, I feel like it wasn't really necessary, honestly, but I feel like the box was. But it made the match so much fucking cooler at the same time because as soon as two people goes to that miniature box for them to it was kind of like a cool down spot, but it really wasn't at the same time. They had mini matches, bro. It was literally slammed. I remember JD was slammed against the glass so much times. Then people were just thrown into there. I'm like, damn. And then Axiom literally did a somersault off the top of the plexiglass and literally fell on the people. I'm like, yo, this match just made my night, and I was happy. And I'm like, yes, man, this is exactly what I'm talking about. NXT can pull off great stuff like this, which they did tonight, and I'm very, very happy about. Like I said, still not happy about Grayson Waller winning the match, but he did anyway. But he also did call Booker T a bitch. I really wanted him to go, literally just say, fuck commentary for a minute, and let me just hit this man with just his famous signature move, and then just walk off and just leave and let him cool down for a minute. Because I'm like, bruh, you call this man a bitch? I'm like, bruh, you're talking to a legend right now. Don't get your ass whooped when you're trying to win this match. to become the number one contender before, against Bron Breakker for the NXT Championship. I'm just saying, bruh, you don't want to get your ass whooped by a legend right now, Booker T himself. So you might as well just go focus on your match before you turn inside out into a fortune cookie, and then or just be on top of a shirt. I'm just literally telling the truth, okay? I'm just saying. But everybody did their thing. The match was phenomenal. Easily best match of the night by far. 100% best match of the night. Literally. And I loved everything about it. Grayson Waller, don't really like you, but I am looking forward to you in the facing Bron Breakker, and I'm looking forward for Bron Breakker to crush you in half and literally take out every bone out your body and make you into a human toothpick. Alright?